we're good to go. It's all good, I'll get it. So my name's Craig Campbell. I am here for the third time, I think. Yeah, third or fourth, I can't even remember. But here for the third time. But I'm an SEO consultant. I have done training, I have done a lot of affiliate marketing, but always primarily been a link builder. Now, if you do have any questions about the presentation, you can get me on social media, so I'll let you do that. It's always good to talk and ask questions. I've spoken at many conferences across the world, Shanghai, Affiliate World, so many other stories, but a bit about me. I started like everyone. I didn't really know what I was doing, freelancer in my bedroom. I then somehow built up my own digital marketing agency doing clients. I then decided that I absolutely fucking hated clients. So I decided to do affiliate marketing, and from there I have invested in doing SEO for myself. I've got multiple businesses doing different things, e-com, I've got businesses in with the online space which I use SEO to drive traffic and leads to, and I regularly buy and sell digital assets, so I don't do that client thing anymore. I just invest my time and money into my own shit. So, a case study, building an online asset from 0 to 5 million per year. That's actually quite a slight lie. It's actually 4.9 million, but I'm going to say 5 just to sound good. Now, I want to talk about my experience, the journey I went through, the thought process. So there's a bit of a story to tell and some learning stuff there. But essentially how I got to that level was after years of doing client work and fucking being a bitch and doing all the wrong stuff and blowing shit up, buying the wrong stuff, listening to the wrong people. So I needed to get money, and that's why I done the client work. I needed some real budget to invest in websites. Now, as I say, I normally buy and sell different websites. Now, life is also not just about SEO. This particular website I bought last year, and very, very quickly, it was a bankrupt business, and I had an opportunity to buy it. The guy owned the business, it was a great model, there was enough profit margin, but he was really, really shit at digital marketing. He was spending too much money on too much stuff. Now, all I really done with that business was put cold hard cash into it. Now you'll be able to see there, I spent 15 grand on Facebook ads in 1 month. I also spent 37 grand on Google ads, but I got a massive return of investment. Using my own money, just doing paid ads, I bought that website for 50 grand and I could sell it today if I wanted to for 1.2 million. So it's all about getting a return on investment and having something that's got a resale value. But it obviously takes a little patience for a lot of you guys doing SEO. Now, organic search still converts better. It still, even though we're getting shoved further and further down, it still works a hell of a lot better than most other types of traffic. However, over the years, we've had Google updates and everything else, and you know, this is a particular website that I do consultancy on, and everyone in 2023 took that dip in traffic. And over the even recent months and the helpful content update and all the other stuff, websites do fall off a cliff and took a bit of an impact. Now, helpful content update, or whatever they want to call it, is that really about helpful content? Now, does AI content work? Is it about AI content? You can't just blindly listen to what John Mueller or whatever someone says. You've got to try and test different things. Now, this particular website fell off a cliff. Now, the content was shit. It was really, really bad, and it needed updated. It was 10 years old. It just wasn't doing the right stuff. Now, does AI content work? I like to test stuff, and in 2023, when AI first started coming out, I was as excited as everyone else to put pure AI content on a website, and you see the growth that you get, and then after 6 months, Google slam it into the ground. It does not fucking work straight out of the box. Now, obviously you've got to try and test different things. We know content works, we need backlinks, we need to do research, we need traffic, you need to look at the data, site structure, technical, all the usual crap. However, you can use AI content as part of your process. Now, I use a tool like Koala Writer. Now, what I really like about Koala Writer is I can do a YouTube video and I can talk about local GBP tips. And I can verbally tell you the bullshit that I want to tell you. And then go to Koala Writer and say, transcribe that video into a well-structured blog post. And it does it for me. Now, what happens is you go in there, you can select change video to blog post. It then does it for me, and it ranks. But it's not quite as simple and easy as that. There's a couple of little things in between there as well. I use tools like Quillbot, which paraphrases the content, so you can use AI content to get the structure of an article. But what Quillbot does is it will paraphrase the fucking article, so it will use different vocabulary to rewrite that article, which helps. From there, and it's Quillbot, sorry for the accent, I put the logo up there just in case you're wondering what that is. It's not an SEO tool, it's more of an educational tool. From there, I also use Surfer SEO to add in entities, LSI keywords, and various other bits and bobs. The reason for that is a lot of people blindly just throw content at the website. Who the hell says that your 700 words of content deserves to rank? Obviously, tools like Surfer or Page Optimizer Pro or any of these other tools, it will assess the top 10 search results and it will say everyone on the top 10 have 1200 words and they have this amount of titles, these amount of paragraphs and everything else. So I use Surfer SEO at the moment, and you can actually click auto-optimize. So rather than looking at Page Optimizer Pro and it gives you all the data saying you've got to add this, you've got to add that, we're all lazy bastards. We are. Press auto-optimize, it will fucking do it for you. And then you can start to humanly edit it. So what happens from there is I go to Grammarly, it will clean up the grammar because AI writes a lot in American English. No offence to Americans, but it looks stupid with the Z in optimization. Well, for me it does. So Grammarly makes me look as if I know how to write. So Grammarly's great, but at the bottom right hand corner of Grammarly you'll see there's a plagiarism and AI detection as well. So you go through there and you'll check whether it flags up for plagiarism, AI detection, and your human editor can go in and edit that shit. So that is kind of the kind of content writing process. Now, another common mistake that I see, and this is all going to make sense by the way for the case study, just in case you're wondering, topical clustering. When you're writing content, a lot of people come to me saying, that content doesn't do shit, it's crap, why am I not ranking for this, how's that guy ranking for that? People are not even doing the fucking basics of SEO properly. They don't know what a topical cluster is. A lot of people are advising their content writer to write about, I don't know, WordPress fucking image optimization, a blog post about that, and then they're jumping over to internal linking, then they're jumping over to AI content. There's no structure to what they're doing. So when I am creating websites, I've got to look at the topical cluster, and podcasts is just the example here. That is the core topic that I want to write for. That's the golden area that I want to write for. But there's so many other search terms surrounding that. Self-help podcasts, business podcasts, comedy podcasts. And then, that's your internal links. you're showing Google what that fucking topical cluster is. It's very simple and easy to create a topical cluster, silo structure, site architecture, or what other bullshit you want to call it. Do that and cover the topic in its entirety, and then fucking move on to the next section. A lot of people don't do that. I know it's common sense for a lot of people, but internal linking, people say, oh, does it really work? That's a guy who came to me, great website, great content, he'd done all this shit, but it still wasn't ranking that well. I looked like a genius to this guy. It was a shitty little website. It wasn't, I don't really look that much of a genius, but all I'd done was add some internal links. Boom. I let it settle for a week, add some more internal links. Boom. He's got a 1,300% increase. He thinks I'm God. I'm just doing some basic shit here. It's easy. So does internal links work? Absolutely. As I say, how many words of content does a page need? There's tools like Phrase or other tools out here where you can actually create a content brief for your writer and say, we need 1,200 words for that search term. People also ask these other questions. Copy what the people who are winning, what they're doing, and that's what Phrase is doing, is taking the top 10 search results and giving you the data, and people are still not doing that. Now, you don't always need new content either. A lot of people say, I've got some motherfucker in the Philippines who's writing 100 articles a month, fucking whatever. 80% of your traffic on any given fucking website comes from 20% of the pages. And again, people are going, I've got some motherfucker chucking all this content out, fucking I'm the best, and you're going, what the fuck? You're killing your fucking website with that attitude. So, content pruning is important. You can look at the top performing pages on your website using Ahrefs or various other tools, or even go to Search Console, and if something's not getting impressions, it's fucked. Throw it in the bin. Get rid, merge it together, do something else. Now, can pages be further optimised? Absolutely. Add videos, CRO, whatever, do better on the pages that actually bring you in traffic. Those 20% of pages, further optimising, add FAQs, do all that shit. Now, in recent times, we have seen websites fall off a cliff, in particular affiliate websites. People say, oh, I launched this website and you know, worked hard for years, adding all this content, doing all this shit, and it dies a death. Of course it fucking died a death. There's no about me page on it, there's no fucking face behind the website, that you're not giving the EAT or EAT signals to that fucking website. Your website's a piece of shit and it deserved to fucking die. You have to consider this stuff. Now, EAT, it builds trust and credibility. Now, you've got to build persona or a brand around your business. Now, I say the word persona. Some people in here say, I'm not putting my fucking face on that website. I don't want people to know who I am. That's fine. Go fucking make up some fake persona and build the trust signals around that person. Now, there's tools out there, and I'll come to that in a moment. I can go and pay to be on Forbes. I can pay to be in the local press telling people what a fucking great guy I am and how much of a legend I am. Any motherfucker can get that stuff. It helps. Now, it doesn't matter what you do or how you get it. This is where people go, oh, I can't fucking do that, that's unethical. Who gives a fuck? As long as Google think I'm a credible guy, I don't give a fuck what anyone else thinks. So, knowledge panels are a sign of trust. EAT, all that kind of stuff. Now, you've obviously got a business knowledge panel, and then you've got a personal knowledge panel. Like that. I don't know why it's got fucking duplicate images, but I'm fucking around with it still. But there's a tool out there called calicube.pro. Jason Bernard, I think he's actually spoke here before. Has Jason spoke here before? Jason Bernard? Yeah. Now you can go to a tool like this, and this is quite a fun story. Now, I've done this shit the hard way. There's a lot easier ways to do this. You can go and you can put in the country, the person, and it will tell you where you need to be fucking listed to trigger that stuff. Now, it will tell you need a Wikipedia, which is a pain in the arse for a lot of SEO guys. Google, LinkedIn, Crunchbase, IMDb, Forbes, Entrepreneur, Amazon even. And people go, I can't get on Amazon. Go launch a fucking book. Even some bullshit AI book, and you get an Amazon author profile. You then get a trust signal from Amazon, job done, and you go on through that list until your fucking knowledge panel triggers. Now, I've done all of this stuff, and I'm going, the fucking knowledge panel's still not triggering. So I've done all of that stuff, and all of that stuff, and I've done the Amazon thing. Does anyone know what IMDb is? So, quite a fun story. So I'm going, how the fuck? So I know how to get on Amazon. I'm going, IMDb, Internet Movie Database, you're supposed to be an actor. How the fuck do I get on IMDb? I've never been an actor in my life, by the way. Well, I wasn't. Now, something else that I want to talk about before I got IMDb, I stupidly called myself an SEO consultant. Neil Patel calls himself an entrepreneur. Jason Bernard calls himself an author, but I also believe it might now say musician. He's not calling himself a fucking SEO guy. Wikidata and various other places hate SEO people manipulating their thing. The minute SEO consultant comes up, your shit gets pulled down. It's the same reason why you can't get a Wikipedia page. They hate our guts. I have paid countless amounts of people to get a Wikipedia page, and it gets taken down. Every time they go, this guy's an SEO, he's fucking around. Nah, no Wikipedia page. I've even tried it in a foreign language first. I got it and it stuck for a while. And then when I got the English one up, boom, just said, guy's a bullshitter, he's at it, fucking delete. So be careful what you call yourself. But I was calling myself an SEO consultant. The fucking knowledge panel got taken down. I changed it a little bit, got taken down. I decided I'm not going to fucking leave. I am getting this fucking knowledge panel by hook or by crook. So I done the Amazon thing, but anyway, I went on to IMDb, and I'm like, there's got to be a way to break this shit. I'm now up the back and we're like, he has the same thought process. How the fuck can I figure my way into this? So I put my name into IMDb, and it came up saying, unclaimed profile. There was some guy with the same name who was in some fucking porn flick in 2009. So I said, that's my profile. And it came through saying, upload your passport and all this fucking bollocks. So I have uploaded the passport and it said, this is your profile. So I went in there and I put my face on there, said I'm a successful businessman and an SEO guy, but also do a bit of acting. The knowledge panel triggers, and I'm like, motherfucker, IMDb's gods. So, 3 months goes past. Now, by the way, just to give you some context, it's taken me 3 years or something at this point, 5 lost fucking knowledge panels, because I was calling myself an SEO guy. So this knowledge panel's triggering, I'm excited, I'm going, that was hard, but I think I figured it out. And someone slips into my DMs on Facebook and says, hi Craig, are you an actor? And I'm like, who's this? And the woman says, I'll tell you what it is. She says, my husband has the same name as you, and somehow your face is all over his IMDb profile. And I'm like, motherfucker. So I blocked that fucking bitch. Now, I'm in my head saying, I'm going to lose my fucking knowledge panel again. So I was distraught. Now going back, there's other TV series in the UK. Tiger, there was an actor who played Boy B, and no one knew who the actor was. So I went in there and said, that motherfucker was me. I've done the same here, I've done the same there, done the same there, done the same there. In fact, no, I was in that one actually. So, anyway, the knowledge panel sticks around, but I then get I get a phone call this time, 6 months in, everything's going well, and a guy says, Craig, are you an actor? And I'm like, not this fucking bullshit again. I say, who's asking? He says, what it is, I have watched you on YouTube, you've got tattoos, and I want you to be in this crime series. I see that you're a really experienced actor. And I'm going, fuck, this IMDb can be real if I get a picture of me in a fucking TV series. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'm an actor, I went along. They're shaking my hand going, it's a privilege to work with you. I'm the most experienced guy on set, according to them. You know, there's all these, you know, new actors and stuff, and they think I'm some big fucking experienced guy. I haven't been in anything in my fucking life. So I ended up in a fucking crime series. And no joke, this isn't even a fucking bullshit. This is on Amazon Prime. So I ended up in this fucking crime series. And I'd done the first day filming. And I was only supposed to have a very fucking small part. And the guy's like, nah, motherfucker. He said, you done really good there. He said, do you want to be in the whole fucking series? And I'm like, absolutely, fuck it, yeah. So I ended up in the full fucking series, shooting, killing people, fucking, all sorts of crazy shit. Now this is a hell of a lot for a knowledge panel, I know. As I say, it worked, I got my knowledge panel. I believe it or not, from there, I actually got emails from people saying, Craig, do you want to be in another fucking film, a Netflix thing? And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm not even a good actor, by the way. If you watch fucking Crime Lord, it is the worst fucking thing you'll ever see in your life. Anyway, they said, do you want to be in this? And I'm like, there's not a lot of money in it. It's easier to make money through SEO. I was also supposed to be on the first series of The Traitors, which was this BBC series that was out, I think, 2 years ago in the UK. And I'm thinking, those fucking BBC links are fucking brilliant. I'm going to be in this motherfucker. So, you know, people are saying, do you want to be in it? You've got a cool personality, I think you'll be great on it. I'm like, yeah. So, I literally get to sign the fucking contract to be in the fucking motherfucker. Now, I'm just thinking BBC links, fucking press and all that fucking stuff as a link building exercise. And then I read the contract, and it's like, you'll not be allowed to leave the whole hotel until you check in with the welfare team. Do not talk to other contributors. You'll be able to read a book and watch Netflix in your fucking room. It felt like going to fucking jail, and I'm like, nah, fuck that, I'm not fucking going to jail. So I didn't do The Traitors. However, I'd done a whole lot of fucking bullshit there, and I didn't have to do it. You can go and get on Wikidata. You can pay a guy on a website like Legit to make you an all these panel for $250. You don't have to go and do all that fucking jackassery that I'd done. I didn't know this stuff was available at that time, so I'd done it the hard way. And you do want, you know, EAT or EAT is being on trusted sources to make yourself look credible. That's all it is. Whether it's press, whether it's being on IMDb, whatever other bullshit you have to do, as long as you're doing better than you. You know, if you're not doing that, I'm hopefully going to be more trusted and you'll have more press and digital PR and better like profile than somebody who's not doing it. Not specifically against you, but you get the point. So, digital PR. I was doing a lot of this stuff to get press attention and get links and all that stuff, and I was paying money for it and all that. Digital PR is really important. Now, does anyone know who Nigel Farage is? Right, so that dumb motherfucker let his domain name expire. He has all the fucking links that any person that's on The Traitors or any other fucking thing could ever dream of getting. He stupidly fell out with his web guy, his domain expired, and I bought it. Now, the first thing I done was put the website back up, and then I released it to the press saying, Nigel Farage is a dumb motherfucker, I can do a redirect, I can do this, I can do that with this motherfucker's website. It ended up in the Daily Mail, it done all that kind of stuff. Now, why would I do that? You might say, oh, fuck, why did you do that? For $10 fucking dollars, I probably got what would cost me 150 grand worth of digital PR. I was in every fucking press you could ever dream of. So digital PR works, I just didn't like to pay the real prices for digital PR. Sorry for anyone who does digital PR, but I ain't paying your fucking prices. So again, all of that kind of stuff helps with EAT. Now, a lot of people think digital PR is really fucking difficult to do. You can actually train ChatGPT to do this fucking shit for you. So a lot of people say, I'm not creative enough to do digital PR. Where does the ideas come from? How do I pitch so that a journalist likes that shit? You can train fucking ChatGPT to do it all for you. Make a fucking bot in there. And I'm going to skip through these very quickly, but you'll be able to see the prompting that is put in there to do that shit for me, because I can't write for shit. I don't know what a journalist wants. I'm not creative. I ended up pretending I was an actor. That's the best I've got. But to get in the press, you need to think outside the box. So that's another thing that obviously helps massively. And I know I'm running out of time. Now, links in general. Links in general, a lot of people say, does it work, does it not? All that kind of stuff. Where do I buy them? What do I buy? All that stuff. Now, we have a lot of experience. Now, RankWatch was primarily a competitor analysis tool. Now, in the back end of it, what we can do is we've got close, I'm going to say 200,000, so it makes me sound fucking low. It's actually fucking 160 odd thousand, but we'll get to 200,000 links that you can go and fucking buy right now on your back end of the platform. Now, whether that's digital PR, like I said, being in the press and all that kind of stuff, or whether you want a guest post, or even if you want to shed it, you can go on the back end of the platform and you can filter, there's different settings on there whether you want to look for specific domain names in a specific language, traffic, whatever. So the filtering system is really important, and you can go and filter it by DR, price, whatever. The reason for that is there's 160 odd thousand things on this website, but SEO people are like fucking dogs. They fucking want to go and scrape that list, they want to do this, they want to do that. So a lot of people come onto this platform and say, why can't I scroll through the whole fucking inventory? Our argument is, do you really fucking think that I'm going to let you scrape all of that shit that's taken 15, 20 years to build? Absolutely no fucking way. So you've got to use the filtering system. So if you're in the legal fucking niche and you're in France, use the fucking filtering system that will give you the inventory that you want, because there's so many dogs out there who will scrape and scrape and scrape and try and steal the inventory. But there is a solution there, but we try and make it difficult to steal. We just want to offer a solution to the lazy bastards who say, I don't want to do link building, can you do it for me? Have you got good links? There's my fucking money. Job done. So that is a great offering there. Now, you can also put in your competitors and see what backlinks they've got, and it will tell you what links you need based on our inventory and what your competitors have got. It will tell you that there's 5,681 links that Neil Patel's got that I've not. So I can go there and I can just start buying that shit up month on month. Now, you can also let RankWatch provide the content, or you can provide the content yourself. If that is something that interests you,
look how beautiful I look.
Don't come up to me and ask for it. Speak to Victor. We can give you credits to look at the inventory and talk about it. And if you want links, I'm not trying to push it on you, but don't go to Victor. Don't come up to me, man. So there you go, Victor. But do links work? Now, I've heard people say, I don't think links work. If you really fucking think links don't work, you're in the wrong fucking niche, or you're making no fucking money. Links do fucking work. There's an example of it. Easy peasy. Now, Going on from there, expired domains, all that stuff. I'm going to flick through this because I am absolutely running out of time. I was going to show you something else I've done there. But we all know that traffic works really well as well. It's not just about links and content, traffic works massively as well. I have over the years spoken many times about click-through rate manipulation. I have used Quora ads, I've used Facebook ads, I've used Taboola, I've used fucking push notifications, I've used mailing lists. Now I had a friend who says, Craig, I'm stuck in position 7 for PVC wall panels. Do I need to build more links? Do I build more content? No. Send more fucking traffic. He jumped up to position 2 just by sending more fucking traffic to the website. Engagement is something that Google will look for. So someone in position 1 is getting 80% of the traffic. You can build all the links you fucking want, but if you're not getting the same level of traffic, you'll never beat them. Never. How many times have you looked at a guy and go, how's that motherfucker number 1? That's an old shitty fucking website. The engagement signals keeps that motherfucker there, and that's it. So traffic works very, very well. We've done Facebook ads to that particular website. Traffic works on YouTube, TikTok. As I say, use push notifications, try and send real traffic, build a mailing list, do all of that shit. And I'm nearly finished, by the way, I'm running out of breath. Now, a lot of people go back to that case study and will say, Craig, why has your fucking website never dipped in all of those fucking updates and everything else that goes out there? Why have you remained consistent? Now, going back to when I started in 2015 on this particular website, I got off the ground very, very quick. Now, like I say, I worked in my basement. It wasn't quite a basement, but I'll just say that for fun. I then had an agency. I realised everything that goes into making a website rank well. So, my biggest secret to that case study was I leveraged affiliates. Why? I gave up 10%. Just say to people, go fucking promote my stuff. I've done it in multiple niches. I do it in the psychic niche, I do it in various other niches. Offer people money. Now, to this fucking day, on that case study of my website that makes me the most fucking money, 63.9% of that traffic comes from referral traffic. Those motherfuckers are building all my links. Those motherfuckers are doing all my CTR. Those motherfuckers are doing my digital PR. They're doing it across multiple fucking platforms. That is when you use your fucking common sense to say, I'm not working 18-hour days like a bitch to do this stuff. You have to fucking figure shit out and then go and work smarter, not harder. Doing the 18-hour days is not cool. And, you know, as I say, throw in private blog networks, all of that kind of stuff, the Nigel Farage stuff. You know, I stole his domain name, I could have redirected it to my website and got the domain power. You can go and buy all this stuff, you know, use the Wayback Machine, outsource the fucking PBN builds for $54, and do all of that stuff to go and make some money. And as I say, referral traffic was my secret solution because I couldn't be bothered doing it anymore. I was sick and tired of doing it all, so I tried to make things that work better for me. And I'm finished. So if you do want to ask any questions, please do feel free to add me on Instagram, and you can also follow my YouTube where I've got lots of different tips, tutorials and other interesting stuff on there. So hopefully you enjoyed, guys. Cheers.